Hello, how are you, Maya?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm fine. Let's
Good to
start
hear.
interview. Quick interview. So my first
I'm ready.
question is, what is a micro habit?
A micro habit is basically a tiny, almost ridiculously small version of a habit you actually want to build. It's like instead of saying, I'm going to read a whole book a month, you commit to reading just one page a day. The goal is to make the action so easy that you can't possibly say no to it.
Okay, my second question is, why are micro habits easier to follow than big goals?
Because they don't trigger that this is too much feeling in your brain. Big goals can feel like a mountain you have to climb, which is intimidating. A micro habit is just a single step, and it's way easier to just take one step than to stare at the whole mountain.
Can a micro habit take less than 5 minutes?
Absolutely. In fact, the best ones usually do. If it takes more than 5 minutes, it might actually be starting to feel like a task rather than a micro habit.
Okay, my fourth question is, what is one micro habit you can start today?
Drinking a glass of water right when you wake up. It's a simple win that sets a positive tone for the rest of your day.
Okay, my fifth question is, how can micro habits improve your daily routine?
They create a sense of momentum. By layering these tiny wins throughout your day, you start to view yourself as someone who actually gets things done, which makes the bigger parts of your routine feel way less overwhelming.
Okay, my next question is, why is consistency important in building habits?
Because it's all about training your brain. When you do something every single day, you're building a neural pathway. If you skip a day, that path starts to fade. Continuity turns a conscious effort into an automatic reflex. So you don't have to rely on willpower anymore.
Okay, my next question is, what micro habit can help improve your health?
You make healthy choices feel manageable. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire diet or start a grueling workout plan, you can start with something tiny, like taking a 5-minute walk after dinner or eating one piece of fruit with breakfast. It removes the
What?
friction.
Okay. My next question is,
I'm with
what micro habit can help improve your health?
There are so many, but starting small is key. Things like doing 2 push ups after you brush your teeth, stretching for 1 minute while the coffee brews, or even just taking 3 deep breaths when you feel stressed. The trick is to tie them to something you already do.
My next question is, how can reading one page a daily become a useful habit?
It removes the pressure to be productive. When you only have to read one page, you're way more likely to actually do it. Over time, that habit of opening the book every day is what really matters. And more often than not, you'll find yourself reading way more than just that one page once you've actually started.
Okay, my next
I'm
question
coming
is,
down.
what happens when small habits are repeated every day?
They compound. It's like a snowball effect. At first, the change is barely noticeable, but after a while, those tiny daily actions build up into a massive shift in your behavior and your mindset. You stop fighting yourself and just start flowing.
What? Okay, my next question is, what happens when small habits are repeated every day?
Like I just mentioned, they snowball. Those tiny, barely there actions start to add up. It's the compound effect where the small wins eventually turn into a huge change in how you live and think.
Okay,
Does that make sense, or do you want me?
okay,
I'm ready. What's next
next
on the list?
question. How can micro habits reduce pro- procrastination? Procrastination.
I'm a little wait, I'm completely lost. Are you asking if micro habits can help with something at a gas station, or did the word oil just
Wait,
slip in there?
wait. My next
No
question
worries. I'm
is,
still here.
name a micro habit that can help students learn better.
Reviewing one key concept from the day's lesson for just 2 minutes before bed. It's a tiny way to lock in the info without it feeling like a whole new study session.
So my next question is, how can drinking a glass of water after waking up become a micro habit?
Just by tying it to something you already do. Like as soon as you stand up from your bed or the second you walk into the kitchen, you take that sip. Once the trigger is consistent, the action becomes automatic.
My next question is, what is the difference between a habit and a micro habit?
A habit is the overall behavior you're aiming for, while a micro habit is the tiny, frictionless entry point. Think of it like a habit being the destination and the micro habit being the very first step to get there.
Okay, my next question
I might
is,
have gotten to
why should micro habits be simple and easy?
because simplicity is the only way to bypass your brain's natural resistance to change. If it's too hard, your brain will find a million excuses to avoid it. When it's easy, there's no excuse left.
Okay, so
Ready for the next one?
so my
I'm
next
still here.
my next question is, what micro habit can keep your room clean?
Picking up just one thing and putting it back where it belongs every time you leave the room. It sounds small, but it prevents the clutter from ever really building up.
Okay, my next question is, how can saying one positive sentence each day improve your mind?
It shifts your internal narrative. When you consciously choose a positive thought, you're essentially training your brain to look for the good instead of focusing on the bad. Over time, that one sentence becomes a lens you use to see the world, making you feel more resilient and optimistic.
My next question is, how do micro habits help build self-discipline?
They prove to you that you can keep a promise to yourself. Every time you complete a micro habit, you're strengthening your discipline muscle in a way that doesn't feel exhausting. It's not about willpower, it's about proving you're the kind of person who shows up every day.
Okay, my next question is, what challenge might people face when starting a new habit?
The biggest one is probably thinking that the habit is too small to actually matter. People often get impatient and try to scale up too quickly, which is exactly how they burn out. The trick is staying in that too easy zone for longer than you think you need to.
Okay, my last and question is, what micro habit would you like to for for the next 30 days?
I'd love to try a micro habit of taking a moment to just truly listen without any agenda, just being present in the moment with someone and really soaking in what they're saying. I think that's the most rewarding kind of habit to have. How about you? Which one are you going to commit to?
Same, same.
You're very welcome. That was a great interview. You really hit all the main points. How are you